90s were really your time, huh?
That's when my brain took in the most, you know. A lot of things from the 90s get a lot of leeway from me from what is considered good and bad. So
You know what's not very good?
what's that?
The strawberry culotta I got from Dunkin' Donuts.
Gross.
It is pretty gross, yeah.
I've never had a culotta. Is it just like a sugar fruit flavored
Yep.
drink? Is there any like caffeine or coffee
Nope.
in it? What is Dunkin' Donuts trying to do then?
Just sell liquid candy, I guess.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, you can't be opposed to that.
No. A little late in the season for a culotta. Are they seasonal?
I don't think so. Do you hear that noise?
Yeah.
It's me stirring it around.
Have you had a culotta that you've enjoyed before, and that's why you went ahead and...
Probably. Well, I got the culotta for lunch because I had an iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts for breakfast, so...
Wow. If you can't tell, this podcast happens in New England. Sean runs on Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, you know me. Me and Rachel Ray, right? Is that...
Is she a Dunkin' Donuts spokesperson?
I thought so.
She might be. Who knows? But this culotta is not very good, is what you're saying.
I already said that, yeah.
I'm sorry, you have said that.
Yeah.
It is not good.
It's not.
Wow. What day is it? Too sugary? Is it too strawberry? Not enough strawberry?
You know those, like, frozen popsicle sticks you get?
Is it different than just a regular frozen popsicle?
No.
Or
That's literally exactly what I'm describing.
like a popsicle that's on a stick? Is that what you mean?
It doesn't
or-
matter. It's just...
Or those ices?
I'm tired of talking
Go
about this
on.
now.
The way you said it made me think like what I think of as a popsicle is like something way different than what you were gonna describe. I was like, this can't be happening.
Oh. Yeah, Dunkin' Donuts pulled a Rachel Ray ad after people complained about it.
Ooh.
This was like a decade ago.
Wow. What was the complaint?
I'm looking at the story right now, so let's see. Complaints that a fringed black and white scarf that the celebrity chef wore in the ad offers symbolic support for Muslim extremism and terrorism.
I had no idea Rachel Ray was such an extremist.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Is that
Wore
why
a scarf.
she doesn't work today? You've had some controversial clothing before, haven't
Have
you?
I?
I don't know. Tell me more about these frozen popsicle sticks.
We're way past that. I told you. I diverted to the known terrorist sympathizer Rachel Ray.
I had no idea. Wow. I worked with somebody who had worked with Rachel Ray at one point, and they said she was not very nice, but...
Yeah.
You
know
know
who else isn't nice? Terrorists. From what I hear, I don't know any.
Yeah, why are you judging terrorists without getting to know any of them?
I don't need to hear every argument that's ever been made to know that I don't like a person. Right? Like, I get that I don't like neo-Nazis. I
for
understand all their arguments already. I don't need to. They don't need a fair forum. I don't need to engage them in dialogue. I get what they're going to say. I don't need to hear it.
How did you come to have such a great understanding of all their arguments?
I had like history classes in middle school and high school.
I was worried you were doing your own research or
No.
something. Yeah.
No.
Okay. All
No,
right.
You just learn anything about the past. Had a big war over it.
Listen, as much as I love talking about extreme terrorists and neo-Nazis, I'm going to try to cleverly steer the conversation away by saying, if you hear loud noises during this recording, I have attempted to hang several framed pictures and posters in this office, and they may fall at any moment because I am not very good at simple tasks.
Okay. I'm going to even steer the conversation further away from what you want. But instead of bringing up terrorists or Nazis, as you know I love to do,
Sure.
I don't remember how this works, so could you refresh me on the order in which this happens?
Yeah, you want me to say, hey, and welcome to Heads Up with Jeff and Sean. I am Jeff.
I'm Sean. I remembered that time that I introduced
you
myself.
get that part?
Yeah, all right.
Nailed it. In this podcast, we try to have 3 separate segments. We pick a candy every time and we talk about it and rate it. There's a middle segment that seems to be almost constantly in flux. And then there's a first segment, which as of lately has been talking about animals.
I remember now. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're gonna finish that strawberry coulant.
I was working on it while you were talking, and I'm doing it right in front of the microphone, and I could tell that it's gonna end up on there, but it's down to the point where it's just the unmelting ice.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's instead of just ice, if it's just chemicals, if it's just like antifreeze that they put in there. Antifreeze. Normal people say antifreeze. Yeah. If it's just antifreeze, it tastes like it. It tastes like strawberry antifreeze, but
I'm sure there's what they would call quote unquote safe levels of antifreeze in more than one product we've consumed.
Jeff. Yeah, well, there's antifreeze in strawberries. This was an advanced joke. I'm 12 steps ahead. What time is it on your computer clock right now?
4:19.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Just turned to 4:20.
Yeah, mine did it at the same time. That's crazy, son.
That's crazy.
All right, well, I guess
that's just crazy.
Welcome to our second podcast, Weed Boyz.
Is this why you couldn't do it till after 4?
Yeah.
I can see why people would get excited about smoking weed. Like, if I see the clock and it's like there's something like I'm supposed to do or like some celebratory thing, I'm like, yeah,
getting closer.
Let's do this.
Get going.
Yeah. The closest thing I have to that right now is like, oh, is it time for me to leave work and go home? But if I knew like 4 o'clock, I'm like, man, in 20 minutes I could celebrate weed culture.
Which is, of course, what all people who smoke weed at 420 think. Yeah. Oh, gosh, gee golly, I just can't wait to celebrate this weed culture I'm a part of.
All
right, so... No, I'm sorry. What's the first thing we're talking about on Weed Boyz today?
The town that I moved to. I recently moved, Sean.
I know what town it is, too. You don't have to tell me.
I read an article today that they're trying to, I think, ban the sale of marijuana.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, since Massachusetts made it recreationally legal. Tewksbury's like, no, not having it. Bunch of narcs here.
Well, if they were narcs, they'd just call the feds on you, you know? Call the FBI every time they see somebody with a joint. They still call them joints? Doesn't that feel like a 70s thing?
No, 70s is jazz cigarettes.
No, I think that's 40s. It's like 40s and 50s. It's a jazz cigarette.
Wow, okay. Jazz cigarette in the 40s. So 50s, what do they call them? Devil's penis?
That's you making things up now, which, to be honest, disrespects the concept behind Weed Boyz.
If I can't contribute to weed culture by making things up, is it really that great of a culture?
I thought you were going to say, I will destroy weed culture.
I'll single-handedly take you down.
High hopes. We'll get you to be a supervillain yet.
I haven't even seen weed since my 20s.
Have you really not?
I don't think so. Maybe.
You should...
No, you know what? No, that's a lie. I've seen it in my 30s. Yeah. You got me.
I know what town you're from. I know who you're related to. I know who you're friends with.
All right. So, Sean, what do they call joints nowadays? The kids just call them spliffs still?
Nobody calls them spliffs. That's a 90s thing.
A blunt is a very specific kind, so it's not referring to regular joints.
You're such a nerd.
You hated that so much, but you're definitely sucking every last bit out of that.
Jeff, how do you know that wasn't a water bong? You don't know. You have no idea.
You can't control it. It tastes gross, but you got the munchies so bad right now.
Look, I paid like $3 something for this, so I'm going to finish all of it. Also, if I get Dunkin' Donuts for dinner, I'll have had Dunkin' Donuts for every meal. So
yeah,
that's a thing.
I would be worried about you, but I have to make a conscious effort to stop myself from having fast food at least twice a day.
Right?
I'm just like, I was picking up on the way home. I was like, wait, no, you just had fast food 3.5 hours ago. Please stop.
It's so easy though. It's right there.
Yeah, and then I go home and I just, eat whatever candy's lying around and go to
Yeah,
bed.
you take the better choice. So you basically, I mean, I know we have a lot to talk. We're gonna have to skip one segment in the podcast because I don't want to. I'm not talking for 2 hours, but we have a lot to talk about, which is that you basically took the summer
Yeah.
off. How was your summer vacation, Jeff?
I mean, I didn't realize I took the summer off.
Ah, you were just
but
time.
It wasn't gonna be a
Time
thing.
flies when you're having fun.
Well, because we had recorded an episode, and I was like, sweet, we'll have it edited and up right before I head to Disney World. It'll be up. I'll be gone to Disney World 10 days. I'll be back.
It felt like you were at Disney World for like 2 weeks, a full fortnight, a very pregnant fortnight.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it was like a couple days before Sunday through Saturday week, and then a couple days after. Yeah. Or does that make sense? Yeah, or a day or two after. So it was like 10, maybe 11 days.
Oh.
It did feel very long. It felt like a pregnant fortnight. Is that what we're saying?
That's what I said. You don't have to.
Okay.
We can talk. We can speak differently, Jeff. That actually might be a benefit in an audio format if you had different kind of verbal cues. Like I talk weird. I use weird words because I'm weird.
Yeah.
Now tell me.
Go on.
Let's get a little deeper into this of Jeff's summer off.
Yeah,
sure. What was it like going to Disney World as an adult man with no children?
Well, I think it was extra special because I had never been, so I had no fond memories from being a child of going. So it was really
Okay,
special.
yeah, all right, good. Good. Yeah, you just had to get on those rides.
Yeah, I needed to be. I heard it's a small world. It is lit, and so I went there, and it was fine. Have you ever been to Disney World?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah. I went
thought you grew up in
as a
Washington.
kid. With my parents. We were, and yeah, I don't know. It was
Okay.
kind of like the first time, like I don't know. When we were kids, my dad made me and my brother go to a Red Sox game at Fenway. That was not really an experience for me. He could have just taken my brother, which I believe I was recommending at the time, and I brought a book. And they had those tiny wooden seats. For people from like the 1920s who are half starved.
For sure.
I've always been a big kid. Fat. I've always been fat. Just weren't comfortable, and
sure.
my legs were long, but they don't give you enough space because I wasn't malnourished.
Yeah. I mean, for crying out loud, you went to Disney World as a kid. You were fed well, I would imagine.
I think so. I think they paid for it with credit cards and then spent years paying it off.
Wow.
They're not really forward thinkers.
Yeah, I would say not worth it.
Yeah, I went as a kid and I don't think it was worth it because it was hot and humid and we had to stay with family who lived down there, which is terrible.
Ooh.
Yeah, my dad's family I didn't really know,
Ooh.
and still don't really. So no real loss there. But oh, God,
They have places in Florida, Sean. You should get in contact with them again and go down.
No.
Just have someplace to stay.
Here's I have like a handful of memories, and I'm gonna recount all of them really quickly right now. Apparently, me and my brother were going to sleep in one of our cousin's rooms, and he was saying something about one of his other uncles on his mother's side. So this kid, him and his father and my father are brothers.
Got it.
That's how we're cousins. And then he was saying something. He was insisting something about how his one of his mother's brothers or something was like a hero. And I was just insisting, I think because he was like a cop or a fireman, and I was insisting like having a job doesn't make you a hero. Until the kid got so upset, he got out of bed and went and tattled on me, and we had to sleep in someone else's room. So that's one. That's my family interaction memory.
I love that you're the type of child that will get in trouble for just verbally bullying somebody without like calling them out.
The kind of person I am. The other. Well, I mean, the fucking lines, just standing in lines for no reason.
Yep.
I remember we went to a zoo with my grandfather on my father's side, my father's father, and he was up ahead, and he was just like leaning on this fence looking at alligators, and my father, my brother, and I distinctly saw him spit directly onto an alligator for no reason. Just was leaning kind of on the fence, and just turned and leaned over it and spit right on the thing's like snout, and then just turned and walked away. Like he was just that's what he was there to do. And my other, I was reading a book. Oh, I can never remember it was The Sapphire Throne by David Eddings, I think. And I left it in the car once, and the binding melted because Florida is so hot and humid, and it sucks and it's terrible.
Yeah.
So it was like had to read individual pages and then flip the page over and then put it to the side. It was terrible.
Was that book any good?
It was an okay series. I don't know.
Was it your classic young adult novel, or?
No, it's like they're like fantasy novels. No, it wasn't. The Sapphire Rose. Yeah, that's what it was called. That's what the book was called.
I mean, I've got more memories from Disney World, but I was there more recently.
That's true. Yeah. Did any of the books you brought melt?
No, none of the books I brought melted. The internet TV device that I brought to plug into the TV in the hotel room broke, though. It didn't work, so I had to watch TV on my phone like an asshole.
That's awful.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was the first thing I did when I got to the hotel room, and then I just like, it's not working. And then I set the tone for the entire trip, you know? I was only allowed to bring one hooded sweatshirt, you know?
Why?
Holly was nervous I was going to be wearing hoodies every day, even though it was like 98 degrees and like 100% humidity.
Well, you have fashion choices to make. Why can't she just let you make your fashion choices?
Yeah, why can't I just pass out for one day, have to go to the hospital, be there for a couple days, and then make another informed decision of whether or not I want to wear a hoodie down in Orlando, Florida during the middle of summer?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it was fine. I also had to wear shorts, but this is fine. As an adult in Disney World, I thought it was okay. It was all right. Some of the rides were fun.
Did you interact with any of the people dressed in big costumes?
I got my picture taken with Daisy Duck.
Nice. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Nice. Well, they give you pins when you go in. They're like, how many first timers? They make you wear pins saying it's your first time. And I just thought, wearing that pin, walking around, a lot of Disney employees were like saying things like "nice shirt" and high-fiving me. Mm-hmm. And I thought, why is this happening to me? And then I looked down and realized I had that pin on, and they must be told to be super nice to the people with those pins on.
Yeah, they want you to come back so you can spend more money.
Yeah, I literally thought I was being punked. I was like, who is paying these people to harass me? Turns out it was me. I was paying them.
Was Chewbacca there?
I saw stormtroopers, and I saw Ran of Tarth's stormtrooper.
That's not what I asked you.
But I'm trying to think of Star Wars characters.
The chrome one?
Yeah. But I don't think I saw any of the Rebel Alliance there. I think Disney keeps it pretty locked down, it's just weird that they have a something that was supposed to represent like the National Socialist Party in a movie. Just those are the people they have marching around and people cheering for. It's pretty great.
Well, you know what Disney's like, so.
There's a lot of like, there's so many people inside Disney, but that does not stop them from like pushing everyone out of the street every couple of hours so they can do a random weird parade.
Yeah. It's terrible. See, I don't remember seeing any parades. I remember going on like Space Mountain, which was okay, but it was just a roller coaster, so, you know.
Yeah, it was a roller coaster in the dark.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, the rides were fun. I mean, it was nice to spend time with Holly's families and like see how her nephews were experiencing it for the first time.
Oh yeah, living vicariously through children. All right.
Yeah, one of them, you know, because the lines, you're right, they're long, right?
Yeah.
So it gives one of the kids long enough time to be like, work himself up to be like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
And you're like, It's fine. You literally just have to sit there. It was frustrating and hilarious all at the same time because he wasn't my child. So.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was good. It was better than being at work. So.
Well, yeah. That makes sense.
We stayed on Disney. There's apparently places there. Is there anything outside of Orlando, outside of Disney World that's in Orlando, or is it just that and Universal Studios?
I don't know. I was there as a kid, and it was kind of in and out, and I'm glad I've never been back.
Sean, we should go. We'll go.
No, I won't.
You'll have fun. It'll be great.
It's just Disney itself is fine. The company, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like that, I don't know. The Disney World is just terrible.
Yeah. Do you think the one in California would be better?
Is that Disneyland?
Yeah.
Or have I gotten them confused?
No, you got it right.
Yeah, good on me.
I went to Universal a couple of days, so I went to Harry Potter World.
Oh yeah, how was that?
Yeah. I felt ready because we had analyzed those movies. Mm-hmm. And I knew everything, you know. Mm-hmm. I mean, I didn't remember a lot of names, but we picked up an interactive wand, you know.
Yeah.
Did stuff
I'm
there.
Familiar with the place, yeah. I've
couple of rides.
had other friends go. Yeah, you can like point the wand at stuff and it does things.
Yeah. Holly drank some butter beer.
Yeah, how was it?
She said she liked it.
Oh.
I guess that
okay.
that foam stuff they put on top makes it
Ladies
good.
and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Butterbeer, yeah, it's pretty good.
They sold water in bottles labeled Gilly water, but I'm pretty sure that wasn't a Harry Potter thing, right? It was a weed.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they had to charge extra for that water, but
Why wouldn't they call it Gilly juice? And then you could just say that they like squeezed all the stuff out of the.
yeah. Yeah, there's missed opportunities. But it was fine. Back to the Future ride was torn down already, so I didn't get to go on that.
Oh, well, you didn't go back in time before it was torn down?
They did have a DeLorean there, but I couldn't open the door.
Sorry.
It was unfortunate.
How hot was it? What was the weather like?
I don't know. It was like at nighttime it would drop into the mid 80s, I think, and then during the day it was like high 90s most of the time. Pouring rain, more days than not there. So yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it's most of the states of marsh. Yeah.
So yeah, it was hot AF, you know.
Oh yeah, sorry, I had to refresh myself on your nonsensical little abbreviations.
Go ahead.
I had to remember what AF meant, so I did.
Okay,
and then I remembered is what I was saying, but it took me a minute.
That's cool. NBD. Yeah, you think? Yeah, I spent a lot of time there. You think I'd have fun stories to say, and I had a good time, but I don't know.
That's good. What other big things did you do this summer, Jeff?
Bought a house. That was fun. Mm-hmm. Now I live in a house, not in a giant apartment complex where they charge me extra to have Stella live there. It's great. I have a yard now.
How's that poison ivy?
It's growing strong. I feel like there's got to be a market for it, so I don't want to get rid of it just yet.
Yeah.
You know, there's got to be somebody out there that wants to buy poison ivy. You know.
Oh yeah. Maybe like a Harry Potter wizard, one of those herbology professors. Yeah, I'm sure that's.
I have mowed the yard. I've raked. You know.
How's that?
Yeah. It's just like I'm still out here. I'm just still raking shit. That's how this is.
It's gonna be that way forever.
Yeah. Cleaned out my gutters. You know, that was fun. I mean, you know, that's what I did. You saw a lot more movies than I imagined you seeing ever this summer.
Yeah. Well, I had a lot of free time. You know, not recording the podcast. So.
I see. When we do record the podcast, you're too busy and too good to watch movies. But if we're not recording the podcast, then you have all the movie time in the world. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right.
It's almost gone. Yeah.
What were some of your favorites? Because I didn't have any time to see movies.
Favorites? I don't know. I don't remember what movies I saw. I saw
I mean-
Tag.
Okay.
It was
Who won?
better than I thought it would be, but still really fucking terrible.
You saw that?
They all won.
They
all won at the end.
The winner was
Yes,
friendship.
actually. Yeah.
Um,
I'm going to spoil that movie for you right now, okay?
Go ahead.
So they do it for like 2 weeks every year or something like that, or a couple days
Okay.
or whatever. They all come back to their hometown and play tag, or whoever was it last time starts off it at the beginning of the next year, if that makes sense, right? Whoever had been tagged last year. So I think it's Ed Helms, and they do some of the tag, and they're trying to get Hawkeye, trying to tag him, but he's so good he can't be tagged. He's like a ninja.
That's no fun.
And then, that's part of what it is. They learned that, like, he was so focused on not getting tagged that he doesn't really keep in touch with any of them.
What?
I don't... Like, the fact that everyone else had been tagged kind of made them, like, a team, and then Hawkeye was just off on his own. Like, he was too good to be tagged, so they didn't really include him in all their reindeer games or whatever.
Wow, that's sad.
So then it turns out that they learn about that, and that he's in AA, and they try to go tag him in AA.
Hawkeye broke his arms for that?
Did he break his arm in that movie?
Yeah, I think Jeremy Renner broke both his arms during that filming. Yeah.
He was probably trying to fight to get his way off set. I don't want to be in this piece of shit. Well, it turns out Ed Helms has, like, testicular cancer or something. Maybe it wasn't testicular. Maybe he's just such a pathetic character in the film. I thought his balls were sick. But
yeah, those balls are sick.
At the end, he's it, and he's like they're having a heart to heart or something, and he's like, if
but he was it last year.
Well, no. So his threat is if Hawkeye, if they don't drop it and like all play together, that he'll die being it, and the game will end, which is like way darker than it should be. So if I can't tag people and include everyone, then I'm gonna die, and you'll not have a reason to play tag ever again.
Wow. Really just pulling out the sympathy card to make somebody else it. That's crazy. I feel like you watched Life of the Party, but I think we already talked about that on the podcast. I did see Life of the Party,
and it was a huge piece of shit. It was so terrible. It was awful. I would rather be locked in a room to watch Tag forever than have to watch Life of the Party again. I just don't... Melissa McCarthy is like a charisma black hole. She's terrible.
So something happened, and just no good anymore.
When was she good? Yeah.
Bridesmaids, SNL, you know?
Was she on SNL?
She appeared on it.
She hosted?
No, I don't. Oh, yeah, she hosted a bunch of
So
it.
she has one good hosting on a show that has a team of writers and professional comedians. Okay, good. Yeah.
Hey,
Jeff, yeah, sometimes shit floats. Okay.
I mean, you saw Ocean's 8, right?
Oh, yeah, I saw Ocean's 8. That was pretty good.
I meant to see that. Didn't get a chance to see it.
I won't spoil it for you, but it's a heist film.
Oh, shit. And let me guess, 8 people are part of the heist? Is that right?
I don't remember the exact number, so can't quote me on it, but it's pretty good. I actually wish that they had focused more on everyone else other than Sandra Bullock. Not that she's not good, but...
Do you think it could have been improved by having Melissa McCarthy and calling it Ocean's 9?
Yeah. Only if Melissa McCarthy died in the movie, maybe on set. She's terrible. Have you seen the ads for that puppet thing?
The Happy Time Murders, yeah. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen that, but
no, of course don't go see it. It's a Melissa McCarthy movie.
I remember enjoying Melissa McCarthy. I'm just saying. I mean, I haven't seen any Melissa McCarthy movie in years, but
yeah.
So that may be why I still have a pleasant.
It's probably all the pot you smoke at 420 that's blurring your memory.
Whoa, Weed Boyz. All right.
Seriously, don't see Melissa McCarthy movies. Just stay away from them and take my word that she's terrible, and they are terrible. And
maybe she'll start doing serious movies, and then they'll be good.
No.
You know?
No, I don't want to talk about Melissa McCarthy anymore.
You saw Solo, a Star Wars story. I'm almost certain of that.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, it was, that actress that plays Daenerys on Game of Thrones just...
Mm-hmm. Emilia Clarke,
she's not she's a very good actress. She's just kind of always the same person, right?
When she's acting next to dragons, the overacting doesn't seem as bad, but...
She's more subtle in this. Maybe she's got an acting coach. This sounds like I just don't like female actresses. I promise that's not what it is.
Women, that's the problem.
I promise that's not what it is.
In Shakespeare time, all of the roles were played by men.
Everyone in Ocean's 8 is phenomenal.
Got it.
Especially what was Mindy Kaling.
Oh, yeah,
she's very good. Yeah, I wanted more screen time for everybody, like just little side job things. I think that maybe they should have trained more, get just a better feel for everyone's personalities or whatever. But anyway, now that I've proved my credentials as someone who loves female actresses,
just those two not good actresses.
Well, it's not that she's not good, I guess. Well, she probably isn't. I mean, I'm not an authority, but I don't really like her acting.
I'm sure she's great. I mean, she is. It was a Star Wars movie, so it's not like they write really strong women.
That's a good point too. Yeah.
And they're starting to make them like more pivotal in the roles, but they're not. They're still not written well. So. Yeah. I thought George Lucas gave up the reins, but maybe they handed off somebody else who doesn't know how to write a female protagonist. It's fine. It's fine. I don't think there was that many women in The Incredibles 2. Did you see that?
I did. Yeah.
You did?
I did.
Wow. Shit. How'd you feel about that one?
It was okay. It's an animated film. They have a little adventure, and then roll credits. I mean, it was a competently told story. It was, I don't really care for that style of animation, like the Pixar kind of...
Yeah, like the Pixar animation style?
Yeah. No, not really.
What do you like as far as animation style goes?
I don't know. The Venture Brothers is good.
Yeah, good show, good animation. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
End of list.
You strike me like the kind of guy who saw Uncle Drew. Is that?
No, I didn't
right?
see Uncle Drew. I hear was Shaq in it though.
Shaq was in it, yeah.
Catch it on TV someday. We get BET, I think.
The first Purge?
No, I don't go see horror films because why would I want to? Like, I'm not a teenage boy on a date with a teenage girl.
Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Yeah, I did see that.
Damn.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Marvel movies really not hitting the mark these days.
I liked it.
It was fine, I guess.
You know what? I loved it. Take that shot.
That's fine. That's fine. I like, in this role, what's her name? The lady elf from the Hobbit films?
Not Liv Tyler.
No,
the other one.
No, I said the Hobbit films, not the Lord of the Rings films. They're very different movies with very different names, and you should know that. Please go on.
Is it Evangeline Lilly?
Yeah.
Is that her name?
Yeah, I always call her Lily Evangeline because it
just rolls off the tongue better.
It does, yeah. I'll write her a letter. Dear Evangeline Lilly, I saw Ocean's 8 and it was great, so I'm not sexist. But your name should be this.
Oh fuck! I mean, that's a lot of movies for you.
I saw more. What's the spy who dumped me with? Oh
yeah, Mila Kunis and who's the other? Who's the? Oh, is that what's her name from SNL?
Yeah. Yep. What's her name?
And Ghostbusters.
Yep.
And.
Are you getting it? You're getting closer. Track it down.
I'll get there. Blonde.
Yeah. Good.
I think she's hilarious.
Hold on. Let me just Google that.
Anyway.
Blonde.
That'll get you there.
Ghostbusters. I think she's hilarious. God damn it. Now I'm seeing something Melissa McCarthy on a talk show, and that's not what I wanted.
Oh. See?
Kate McKinnon.
You type in SNL.
Kate McKinnon.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah. It was an okay film. It was like a kind of a comedy. Kind of an action, really more of a buddy cop film, where neither of the people were cops. So it worked. It kind of worked on that level. Yeah, I didn't mind that.
Did anyone say they were getting too old for that shit?
No.
So you would recommend probably Ocean's 8 and The Spy Who Dumped Me? That's it?
I'd say C Solo.
Okay.
Why though?
Exactly.
Oh no, the kid from Community, the black guy,
Donald
Donald
Glover.
Glover. Yeah, he plays Lando. He's pretty good. As good as someone who had watched the original movies and was like, "That's Lando, huh?" And then the writers were like, "Yep, you got to be like that. You just have to be a younger version of him." And he was like, "All right. I mean, I can do that competently, but the character itself is maybe not excellent." But it's good. It's all right.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh boy, there's a train heist early in that film that just really doesn't matter at all.
Yeah. Nope.
Really annoying.
You didn't invite me to one of these movies.
Don't.
You know I love seeing movies, and you didn't invite me to one of these movies.
Yeah. Well.
Go on.
Go on with what?
Explain yourself.
Well, there's a bunch of explanations.
Okay.
First of all, you took the summer off.
Okay, that's one.
Second of all, you were in Florida. You went to a dank, humid swamp for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
I don't like going to the movies with people because people talk during the movies. I don't like that.
True.
Actually, though, during all these movies, other people were near me crunching their loud candy, like the fat pieces of shit they are.
Fat pieces
Wrestling.
of shit.
How hard is it to open a wrapper? How hard is it? They're designed to be opened.
Do it before the lights go
Yeah.
down. If you can't fucking handle it.
Shove it in your pocket after you open it, and just fucking wait. Don't fucking like WWE wrestle with the goddamn thing. A row behind me. God damn it. Now I'm mad. Ugh. The real reason I invite you is most of these were internet dates.
Oh. How'd those go?
Well, they were all different people. So, turns out a lot of the people on the internet are dumb, and I don't want to talk to them again. So, taking a break from that.
No love connections?
Did like 3 months of that. No, Jeff, no love connections. No, weird.
Did you round any of the bases?
I think I'm done talking about it. I think we're done with that part.
So I'm gonna say, all right.
Talking about what bases.
So you did.
Talking about what bases you got to is like a really high school thing.
Okay, all right. How many nipples did you see this summer?
Yeah,
then?
see, it's just like really sad. It's just kind of everyone listening is cringing. Can you feel it? I can feel it from the future. Jeff, I can feel it coming back from the future. It's like those popular movies you like.
All right, we don't have to talk about your internet dates. I just think,
Even if we had to, we wouldn't. So I already told you that I don't think we're going to talk about that anymore.
Fine. Sean, I went to concerts this summer too, and without giving away any band names,
Why didn't you invite me?
I love going to shows and I hate concerts.
Why didn't you invite me? You know I like going to concerts.
You know the bands I saw this summer you did not want to see. You know that.
Well, you went to Local H. I had to be at work early the next day, I think.
Yeah, and I went to Local H like very last minute.
Yeah.
You saw me turn in a text conversation that day from I can't.
It was like an hour or two. Like Kyle was like, "Oh, just go to the place," and you were like, "I think I can get there after work." I was like, "Jesus, that is That is pretty last minute."
Yeah. Yeah. I had an urge mid text conversation. I was like, you know what? Fuck
I've
it.
done that. Yeah, that makes sense.
But I love going to concerts and I hate being there every time.
Yeah, live music is great, except for the other people. Yeah, I get it, man.
What is it about people at concerts that's just the worst?
It's the same, I think for me, it's the same thing with people at theaters. In that, and I know I've mentioned this before, probably as a child, a witch cursed me. So there's always just some really grating, annoying person near me. No matter what. It doesn't matter.
Wherever you go, one of them is there. I went to a matinee of Solo at like 11 a.m.
Why?
by myself.
Okay, yeah.
I wasn't able to see a lot of movies, so I was
All
squeezing them in when I could.
Yeah. Probably not on
And,
a lot of movie theaters down in Florida, right? They don't have that technology yet.
I did see a movie while I was in Disney World, but that was not Han Solo.
What was it?
It was Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, how'd you like it?
Yeah. I loved
Yeah.
it. As I mentioned
Cool.
earlier. But at this 11 a.m. show,
Yeah, tell the story.
two drunk people came in to watch the
Guys,
movie.
wait for this. This is a great Jeff anecdote.
Go on.
Here we go.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember you
And,
told me earlier, and then I know the story, so you're telling the audience right now. So go ahead. Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, you were in the theater, and some dudes came in, right? Or did you?
Yeah,
Did you call them thugs? Is that what you called it? You said thugs came in. That has connotations. I'm not really comfortable with that word.
No, I said just two drunk people.
Okay. All right. I'm not comfortable with that either.
Two urban drunk people.
Leprechauns. Say a pair of leprechauns came in.
So two leprechauns came in drunk. 11 a.m. showing of Solo, a Star Wars story. And one of them would not stop walking around the theater. And at one point, he got his row confused with my row and decided to sit next to me long enough to constantly be checking his phone and chewing on something, yet never putting anything else in his mouth.
Yeah, I don't think I'd deal with that. I don't think that would be a thing that...
And it was me, those two, and one other person in this theater, and he just wanted to sit next to me for the entire second act of that movie, just constantly checking his phone and chewing on something that didn't exist. It was insane.
Yeah.
That being said, I just think it wasn't a good movie, is why I didn't enjoy it, but that didn't help. So I might watch it again, but I don't know.
Do you like when they get the car stuck? So relatable, right?
No, I thought you'd have more stories about concerts and how annoying they are, but
I mean, anybody who's ever been in a crowd, I think, can understand and sympathize.
yeah.
It's just like, for me, it's going to the movies. Like, I go and I sit down and I sit somewhere no one else wants to be, and I spread my fat ass out so no one can sit near me. And then I just don't look approachable, right? Mm-hmm. So usually people aren't near me. But even when they're not near me, they're making loud noises. Yeah, their phones are on. They're checking their phones. Nothing can wait for 2 hours.
They're constantly on the go.
Or they can't get up, get their fat asses up out of the fucking theater seats and go check their phone out in the fucking hallway while they open their loud candy. They can fucking throw in their wide open mouths while they chew.
Yeah, popcorn was really a bad idea for movie theaters because nobody ever chews popcorn with their mouth closed. They shove a handful in.
This giant tub of it. They could never possibly...
Why wasn't cotton candy more popular as a movie snack?
Here's the thing. What I had sometimes do when I go see movies alone, I'll get like nachos with cheese.
Oh.
Very loud, right? Nachos with cheese and then like a soda. I eat it before the even fucking the previews show up. Okay?
Yeah. I mean, you know how much I like candy, so as soon as I sit down, I'm opening those packages of candy.
Right.
And I'm lucky to get some candy past the previews.
Right. Why doesn't everyone engage in our specific forms of gluttony, thereby making it quieter in the theater and more convenient and comfortable to watch the film? People spend a lot of time on these films, and even if they're fucking garbage, like every Melissa McCarthy film ever, people spend a lot of time. Show some respect to the people who tried
True.
and then had their work destroyed by the incompetence of one woman. Okay?
I think it's more the writing and directing of these movies that's a problem. I'm standing behind Melissa McCarthy as a thespian.
Yeah, okay. Well, watch that movie where she goes to college with her daughter.
Life of the Party,
which they could have just called the Rodney Dangerfield film reboot, because that's pretty much the...
Back to School.
Yeah, it's the exact plot, except Rodney Dangerfield is a competent comedian.
But he gets no respect.
No, I get it. Yeah, that's like a thing that he does. I understand.
Sean, how do you like to enjoy a concert? Because I'll go, I'll find some place, not all the way at the front. I'll stand, I'll post up somewhere and not move the entire show and politely clap. And yet, for some reason, people are always having to get drinks and get by me through the entire show. And then halfway through the show, someone over 6'8" has to stand directly in front of me as they pretend they're going to move by me. They squeeze in and then they post up directly in front of me halfway through a show.
So you and I are similar in that essentially, yeah, we go in, we find a place, we post up, we stand there, we watch the show.
Yeah.
Appreciate the music, clap at regular intervals when we're supposed to,
Yeah.
and then we leave and go home. Like civilized human beings that live in a society with other human beings.
I'm trying to think is there something I'm doing wrong? Because if I don't move from the same spot the entire show.
But you and Holly, see both of you do this, you will lean out of people's ways when they try to brush by you.
Because I don't want them touching me.
Right, and they're counting on that. You have to sink to their level. You have to just let them try to rub up against you. And let the friction build until it's too uncomfortable for them. Sometimes I turn and I'll look directly in their faces and I'll just open mouth breathe directly into their eyes. No getting by me.
What I'll do to tall people at a show, and I apologize if you're a tall person, but if you've gone halfway through a show to stand directly in front of me, I feel it's deliberate, so it's fine. Is what I'll do is I will occasionally blow gently behind their ear.
I'm big on coughing at regular intervals, even when not sick. Right on the back of the neck. There's nothing. Oh God, you get.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'll clap very enthusiastically. I'll put my hand up by their ear as well. Clap there. You know.
This is not just people standing in front of me. This is the people that push forward.
Yeah, and then stop.
Ideally, what would happen is that there would be okay, Jeff. We're gonna solve this right now.
Okay.
Right. Every show. There's going to be on the open floor plan, you know. There's going to be a circle in the middle, and that's you just pick a spot and you stand there. You don't move.
Yeah.
On the outside is a rotating ring. So anybody who wants to be up close at some parts, right? You're up close for like 3 minutes max, and then you take like 20 steps to your left. Everyone on the edge does this. So the whole thing is just rotating. So at some point during the show, if you're on the outside ring, you will be up front and center.
Wow.
Everyone will have the experience. People like you and me, who are there like dignified human beings trying to share a common space with other human beings, will just stand in one spot. Politely clap. Maybe we will arrange ourselves by height, the way it should be.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone who wants to shove forward like an asshole, they're your outer ring people.
And I feel so much guilt talking so much shit about tall people because I'm sure they're not all like this. But I want you to know, as a not a very tall person, if there's seats at a venue, I'll go get seats.
Yeah.
Tie her up its back.
I prefer seats.
I'm fine with that.
I just prefer sitting down in general, but.
Oh, sitting down at a concert, so good.
I know. And I love just having this is my spot. This is my space.
Yeah.
My fat gut's going to
Got paid
spill over
for
a
this
little bit
space.
left and right, but I'm not going to take up the armrests with my arms. I'm going to tuck in.
So good.
Understand.
So I don't know why they haven't implemented this spinning circle thing.
It sounds like a great idea, doesn't it?
It does.
It sounds like a great idea. I don't either. And then here's the thing. The sides of the circle will pass right by bars, right?
Wow.
You have the bars on the sides of the room. You can have one in the back.
Yeah.
These people are constantly moving. They're getting thirsty. They're getting tired. They need some calories, a little something to drink.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Come on. Call us promoters. Promoters.
And oh my God, people are always spilling drinks on me and constantly going back and forth getting beers at the bar. Just stay at the bar then.
Yeah.
Or get wasted right before the
Or
show.
just smuggle in alcohol. It's not hard to do.
It's true. Sean, I've never been drunk. How long, if I got drunk before a show, would it last the entire show?
Well, the thing is, once you're drunk, you want to keep drinking alcohol. So that's not gonna solve your essential problem here. You have a few, and then you're like, "This is awesome."
Is it awesome? Should I be drinking?
Should, yeah, it is pretty awesome.
Damn it. But you could stay drunk for 2 hours if you did enough alcohol before a show. I'm almost certain of it. I've seen you drunk for hours, but you're constantly drinking. So
Yeah.
when you're drinking and you're not like in a state of constantly drinking. Although I've heard this cool out of sip so frequently.
It's almost done. I'm kind of waiting for it. Ooh, there. Okay, let's clarify though, because you said you've seen me drunk for hours, and that was maybe not. Can I address that? Can I?
Moving on.
No, when you've had a few,
Go on.
you want to keep drinking. There's nothing that's going to stop that, unless you get like blackout, pass out drunk. In which case, you're too drunk to be in the show at all. So that doesn't really help.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're. I don't know. Have you thought about this circle thing long? I mean, I feel like you just nailed it.
It just came to me. I feel like.
Wow.
I feel. What was it? What did they call it in 30 Rock? When he's having that flawless day where he's solving.
Oh, Reaganing.
I feel like I'm Reaganing today. I feel like that might be what it is. And look, in a seated venue, you know how there's always those people trying to sneak up front to better seats.
Yep. Yeah.
Just have seats on the outside that rotate. Okay? Just it's a constant like little merry-go-round that moves incredibly slowly.
Yeah.
But at least once, maybe twice. You could adjust the speed, right? The metal show moves a little faster. It's kind of like an exciting ride. You know? You go to a show that's like, I don't know, what are bands that are slow?
Imagine Dragons?
You get to an Imagine Dragons show, and the seats just roll you right outside, and then you get in your car and you go home, because you spent money on a bad show.
Oh, that reminds me. The other day I heard some Imagine Dragons, and I thought to myself, what would be a better podcast idea than doing exactly what they want us to do, and taking each Imagine Dragon song, listening to it, and imagining a dragon for that specific song. You know, we think it up, we draw the dragon, we tell it what it does.
I like that.
Its fears.
You should do that. I'm out.
Where it lives.
I'm out.
Yeah, and you know why I'm never gonna do that is because if you spend that much time listening to a band, chances are you're gonna end up liking them.
No, that's not true.
It's gonna be too catchy. There's gonna be earwigs. You're gonna find times to talk about them. It's gonna spring stuff in your mind.
Really?
I'm just saying it happens.
You think there's catchy tunes?
Overexposure to a band with catchy tunes.
In an Imagine Dragons song.
I once tried to tell. I told somebody that they're the only band that writes songs by committee. They almost believed me, but that's just what their songs feel like to me.
They were involved in another curse I labored under at one point. For a while, anytime Tim got in my car and I just had the radio on, Imagine Dragons would show up. Or like we'd go to a bar or something and Imagine Dragons would be on the radio. And it was that same, it was that Apocalypse song. I don't know what it's called, and I don't care if you can remember it.
Is it Radioactive?
Yeah, probably. He says Apocalypse in the... Yeah, I think he says Radioactive in the song, too. Well, it's actually pretty good. It's kind of an earworm. You should listen to it, Jeff.
But no, let's say that one, it's a purple and green dragon.
It lasts...
that shoots nuclear waste.
No, this is not your Imagining Dragons podcast.
Welcome to Imagining Dragons.
I'm sorry.
The Imagine Dragons podcast where we imagine dragons based on Imagine Dragons songs.
Welcome to our Inception podcast. Actually, that makes sense because Weed Boyz time feels like it's moving about 1/10 the speed. And now talking about Imagine Dragons, I feel like it's moving 1/100th the speed that normally would.
Tell me you wouldn't want to think up dragons.
I have a better podcast idea where we just keep introducing new podcasts. Tell you what, I will do the Imagine Dragons podcast with you if I can simultaneously be doing Weed Boyz the whole time. If you know what I mean.
I know you stopped smoking, so I don't think we have you smoking weed.
Hold on, let's back up a second. For insurance purposes, I never smoked. Please continue. Please continue. What's up, MetLife? What's up? Shout out.
This podcast is pure fiction.
That's right. Yes, we're playing characters, much like Alex Jones.
Yeah. Have you ever met a 35-year-old man who's never smoked weed? What a loser.
Yeah. Should I drink alcohol? Fucking idiot.
I'm drunk right now.
I thought about having a beer before we started. Guess I'm in the fridge. I'm waiting to...
So good. So
They're
good.
black lagers with caffeine in them. Made with coffee beans. But you could tell your thing about Imagine Dragons, was it?
Is it? Do I have a thing still? I'm just saying, how we'd just think of all the dragons we'd come up with.
I can't be part of that, Jeff. I'm like a dragon expert. As I think we've established.
I think a podcast like that would need a dragon expert.
But I'd like come in at the end and judge the dragons that you had come up with someone else. Right? I'd be like,
You'd be the dragon
Jeff,
judge.
there's no shame in me saying I'm the Mark Cuban of judging dragons. Okay?
Who could do this podcast though, Sean? Who could do it?
Do it with someone else. I don't know. You have other friends.
My other friends won't even listen to this podcast, let alone make another
All
one.
right, well, your other friends are smart. They know quality when they see it, and they don't see it.
Fine. We'll write our perfect Sunday days to every Taking Back Sunday song. How about that?
No, I didn't even know that Taking Back Sunday was a band.
I believe they are.
Hey, also, earlier this summer, I told Kyle that... Not earlier this summer, but this was like a week or two ago, maybe. I told Kyle that one of the Beatles was talking about jerking off in front of the other Beatles. Did you hear that story?
Yeah.
He didn't believe me at first. Kyle didn't believe me.
Why wouldn't he believe? Well, okay. I guess I know why he wouldn't believe you, but yeah, go on.
Aside from the fact that I just love telling lies, it's also kind of an unbelievable story.
Yeah.
I don't know, isn't that fucked up? Kyle didn't believe me? That's the story,
You guys
I
been
guess.
friends for a while.
That's the story. I didn't have a good closer for it. We were at a food truck festival,
Okay.
and there was a food truck that had like brought in a brick oven pizza to make pizzas.
Ooh.
And Kyle was like throwing mad shade this whole time. Like one of the first things he said was like, "Imagine coming to a food truck festival and getting pizza." It's like, whoa, Jesus, dude.
Why not?
Damn.
Like tacos are so special.
What even were we talking about? I don't remember. I just wanted to slam Kyle a little bit.
We're talking about the Beatles masturbating with each other.
What were we talking about before that, though? I don't want to talk about that.
You're talking about how
I would rather... No, wait. I do want to... I would rather watch the Beatles masturbate in front of each other than watch any Melissa McCarthy movie ever.
I mean, you have to let your eyes adjust to the dark. Apparently, it was in a dark room where they would just shout out names of people to keep it going.
Oh, wow. You know a lot more about the story than I do. You know a lot more.
When you see a headline like that, Sean, you read on.
I did not.
But imagine that's what the time before the internet was, Sean. Okay, you had to have your buddies in a room just to remind you of who the hot girls were as you try to crank one out.
I think...
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that was probably not a common experience the Beatles had.
Oh, you think it was more like a hoity-toity kind of Hollywood elite thing?
Yeah. Oh, John. John, you still going over there? That's my Beatle. I don't even know what Beatle it is.
I think it was John and Paul.
Talk about... I meant my impression. I don't know.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah, talk about bad bands, too. The Beatles are pieces of shit, too. Terrible
Yeah,
music.
they're very overrated.
Yeah. Them and Bob Dylan. Ugh.
I mean, with as many albums as those guys had, of course there are some good songs, but damn.
Yeah.
People love to talk about the fucking Beatles.
They were like the Justin Bieber of their days.
Yeah.
Imagine being 4 people and you were only as good as one Justin Bieber. What's he up to?
Well, they laid the groundwork.
What's he up to lately?
The Bieber, he's married now or engaged. He's
To who?
in a, I think a Baldwin, like one of their daughters.
Oh, okay.
Not like Stephen or Alec, but like one of their offspring.
Okay, it would be Steven. Let's back up for a second. It would be Steven.
I believe it is, and I believe they met through the the church that Stephen Baldwin is involved with. That's like a little culty, I think.
The Mormons? Scientology.
No, I think it's like some other kind of weird offshoot of Christianity, I believe. They may speak in tongues. I'm not sure. I haven't read it. But yeah, so that's what Justin Bieber's up to. I mean,
it's good. I just want to touch base. I know it's been all summer, so you and I always trading the Bieber sightings and Beeb news, we call it.
Yeah.
Beeb news. There's a podcast segment, okay?
Yeah, Beeb news. I think that can replace one of our other segments.
Lead into that. Beeb news. All right, well, we've been recording for an hour, so I guess we better talk about candy.
Candy.
Well, it kind of had a transition, so you can't.
Candy. It kind of had a transition.
Yeah. That can be your candy catchphrase. Candy. I awkwardly transitioned.
This time, we ate fruit-flavored Mentos.
Fruit-flavored Mentos.
Gross.
God, we're letting you off the hook this time. We didn't reinvent an animal, you fucked up. You're welcome.
We have our eye on you, though. So.
Was Mentos the one with the ads where, like, the guy would climb through an occupied limo and then get out the other side and then just, like, hold up a Mentos thing and everybody would laugh?
Smile, yeah, and they're like...
What was with that?
I think that was not originally, like, an English commercial. Like, I think it was, like... Where are they from?
Mentos is, I think, an Italian company. Or originally.
I think it was originally... Maybe people in Italy, like, that's a common thing of like, oh, gotta cross the street, gotta get through this limo. Slogan now is stay fresh. And in the 80s, 90s, it was the fresh maker.
Oh.
How do you feel about that?
Oh, that was interesting. It's just, we've said so many interesting things, my brain didn't have any more capacity, so it just kind of sidelined that into the you should yawn now category.
That's going to be about the mint-flavored Mentos, because once I finish that sleeve of fruit-flavored Mentos, I can tell you, didn't make my breath fresh. It was disgusting.
What flavors did you have?
Well, the fruit sleeve only comes with, was it orange, lemon, and strawberry, which I did not realize until like 2 packs in. And I was like, man, these grape ones are terrible. And then I was like, oh, it's a strawberry. I was like, oh, it's okay. I kept waiting for other flavors, but there weren't any. There was just those 3. Who puts just 3? All right, go ahead. What were you saying?
I didn't find any, so I didn't eat them.
You son of a bitch.
And it wasn't intentional. I'm not doing it intentionally. I can't. I asked about them at a CVS. Do you have any idea how embarrassing that is? Overweight adult man with a bearded face. Do you have any fruit Mentos? I want to eat them for my podcast.
You know where you fucked up is that they're at Mario Basket in like a 6-pack of sleeves are like $3.
Well,
son of a bitch. Well. I'm sure you've had them before. I'm sure you've had a Mentos.
I don't think that I have.
Come on.
We don't all live in a candy bubble like you, Jeff. Okay.
You've never eaten a Mentos?
I don't think that I have.
Any flavor?
I think it was the ads that put me off.
You're like, no guy's gonna go walking through my limo and get away with it.
It's just like they'd always like hold up the Mentos thing and then stare directly into the camera and smile after just doing something shitty to invade someone else's personal space.
You're like, that could be me. People could be thinking they get away with it just because they have Mentos.
Yeah. It's disrespectful.
Because I know you don't like gummy candy.
Why aren't there candy ads that are respectful? Yeah, I don't like gummy candy. Are they gummy?
It's not. It's chewy, but I wouldn't say it's gummy.
So could you right now accurately describe the texture, the resistance when you bite down on it?
Well, it's got a crisp outer layer. Okay.
Crisp. It sounds like you're describing an IPA right now. Like, oh yeah. Once you get through the crisp outer layer, you really taste the hops. It's very hoppy.
You know I don't relate to that. I drink beer. All right.
Sorry. I'm the point I'm getting at is I need you to describe it in terms I understand. I don't know what crisp candy means.
It's got a harder outer shell, that cracks when you bite into it.
Yeah, it's got a crunchy outer shell, like an M&M.
Yes.
Okay. It's got a candy coating.
It's a little thicker than an M&M, the outer layer, but dissolves faster than an M&M if you're not going to bite on it directly. And then when you bite into it, it's got the texture more of like a gum, but not in a gum, because a gum's doesn't feel like it's going to break down.
I chew gum all the time, bro.
This starts breaking down.
I chew gum all the time. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. So it's got more of a gum type chew to it that breaks down.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put gum in a candy shell. That's disgusting.
But it's not. It doesn't stay like gum. It just starts dissolving and it's chewy, and then it's gone.
It is disgusting though. So.
I mean, you can't really talk. You never had one, but
the way you're describing it is disgusting, though.
Well, I was gonna describe it more like an IPA, but you really put a kibosh on that.
It's not, because yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's more like a cider. Sounds like it's more like a cider.
But other than the strawberry ones, which I initially thought were grape, I think the orange and the lemon were fine.
Yeah, well, the orange one is always the best flavor of fruit-flavored things, right?
Yeah. And you missed out.
Yeah.
You could have been chewing on it.
That's all right.
I'm sorry I didn't choose strawberry culottes for the candy segment.
We could, though. This was basically a liquefied candy bar. It's probably like 500 calories.
I think they're more known for like the mint ones, I think, and I believe they're only like peppermint flavored. I never run across like a.
What's the other? Sorry, I know you were mid-sentence, but what's the other like 90s candy ad? The theme song that's playing in my head. Was it?
Oh, okay.
Was it a gum thing? It was like a gum thing that was on the same level.
Can you hum a few bars?
Can't really.
So it was like a gummy. It was a gum thing.
Double mint,
90s.
double mint gum.
Double your pleasure.
Yeah, double your fun. But that was another one they always had. Like this time, it was like two people staring directly into the camera, smiling.
Yeah.
I think yeah. It's just eye contact I don't like. I know what that says about me. It's just.
I also hate eye contact. I mean, I would assume it's normal, but from the amount of people I talk to in a day that insist on making eye contact with me, it's gotta not be normal. It's gotta not be. You can't look at me. Stop looking at me.
Glucose syrup. That's good. That's in Mentos. Hydrogenated coconut oil, rice starch, gum arabic, sucrose esters of fatty acids. Wow.
Yeah.
Sucrose esters sounds like a character in a JRPG.
I was gonna say that's the name of my band in high school.
So does carnauba wax.
It gives it that gummy flavor or texture.
You're gonna get away with this carnauba wax. I think I already have sucrose esters. You're too weak to defeat me.
Let's make every ingredient a character in a book.
A lot of them already read like it. Wow. Oh, fruit-flavored Mentos. Sugar, wheat, glucose syrup, coconut oil, citric acid, fruit juices from concentrate, strawberry, orange, and lemon, rice starch, gum arabic, natural flavors, sucrose esters of fatty acids, Gelen gum.
Why are they going to be fatty?
Carnaubic wax. It's just a science thing. Colors and beeswax. Beeswax. Ooh, that's healthy. Insects make it, so it's got to be good.
It has fruit from concentrate.
That's great. I don't see anything on the Wikipedia page about them being used in a war.
No. They seem like they're from one of those. Well, like you said, they're from Italy, right?
I think the company that owns or makes them is Italian.
Ah.
Perfetti Venmelle. That's what it looks like it says. Privately held Italian global manufacturer of confectionery and gum. Yep. Okay. It was formed in 2001, and Mentos is older than that. Right.
Yeah, 1948.
Fucking on the case. Weed Boyz on the case. Smoking them out. That's what we'll call it. Weed Boyz smoking them out. I'm totally Reaganing, Jeff. See? You can have that. You can have Weed Boyz if you want. It's yours now.
It's at least a T-shirt.
Do it with a friend. Do it with a friend who smokes pot.
Weed Boyz.
Don't do it twice. What I gave you was gold. Don't change it. Okay.
All right. Go on. You're busy smoking this out.
Yeah, I'm busy smoking it out. What do you want me to talk the whole time? I'm doing an investigation.
There's a lot more flavors of Mentos than I've ever seen. I always thought there was just those 3 fruit flavors in the peppermint, but apparently there's cinnamon. There's a cherry one somewhere.
It was made.
Green apple.
It was invented by a company called Van Melle, and Perfetti Van Melle is the creation when they merged with another company.
Oh. Ew, they got a pineapple, raspberry, and grape as well, which is just watermelon they've got.
Watermelon is always the worst flavor.
Gross. I don't know. They've got a raspberry and a pineapple in
I
there.
don't know. Pineapple could be good.
Ugh.
What's wrong?
Tired of pineapple-flavored candies being something that exists. I'm tired of it. I hate them.
Okay, all right.
Don't give me a pineapple gummy bear. I don't want it. Ugh. Pineapple Lifesaver is disgusting. In the dark, you mistake them for a lemon one. Put it in your mouth. Ugh, gross.
I'll take your word for it.
They're gross. Oh, sorry. Go on.
I think it's such a problem.
It is.
What would you give Mentos on a scale of middle of the road, top of the shelf, bottom of the barrel? Was that our code thing? Was that?
Oh, you know it.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, I would say middle of the road, but they're like teetering from middle of the road to bottom middle of the road.
Okay.
But
yeah.
They're there.
They're on the off ramp.
Yeah. One wrong move. I swear to God, if I accidentally eat a pineapple Mentos, it's going bottom of the barrel.
Oh. I'll make sure that never happens. Wink, wink.
You can't, because you can't find Mentos apparently.
I'll come down to where you are and find them in fucking Candyland, apparently, where you live, with all these rare candies you find everywhere.
Oh, thank God I found them.
Go buy a lottery ticket. Do something with this gift.
I thought Mentos would be everywhere. I thought it'd be easy. I would have loved your opinion on them. I hope every day of your life from now on, every store you go into, the first thing you see is a fruit Mentos.
I'm still not gonna buy them. You know that.
I know. I just want you to see them.
Australian varieties of Mentos are mint fruit, strong mint, berry blast, spearmint, grape cola, sour mix, tropical pineapple and mocktail, pina colada and mojito. Wow,
it's a lot. You think they wouldn't waste their time?
So
with all these different flavors,
Mentos.
They do.
Thanks, Mentos. Do you like that? I've been trying that on people. Did we say anything I don't care about? Just go, thanks, and then change the subject.
I do like that.
It's pretty good. What was I gonna? Oh yeah, so they've never been used in a war, as far as we can tell. So maybe they're not war criminal candies, but I guess the company's Italian, so.
Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa.
They'd be perfect for little soldiers' bags. Is that kind of setting enough? Little soldiers' bags.
Yeah, it is.
Oof. Sorry.
You can put them in soda, right? And the soda foams up.
I'm guessing since you've never eaten one, you've never done that.
That makes a huge mess. Why would I do that? And it wastes a bunch of soda.
It gets all the carbonation out. You love flat soda.
Yeah, but now I've got fucking flavored candy gum in my soda. That's disgusting. Why don't I just shake the soda and then open the cap carefully over a period of 2 to 3 minutes?
I mean, it sounds like a lot of work, but whatever.
Oh, yeah. How about I unscrew the cap, open up my package of Mentos, drop a Mentos in, make a huge mess, clean up the huge mess, get everything sticky everywhere, always.
You do it outside.
Then drink the...
What are you doing this inside for?
Every picture I'm looking at now is of it falling on a table.
Yeah, everyone on the internet is dumb. Doesn't mean you have to be dumb.
I can do my shake thing inside or outside.
I did it once. You know how much cleanup there was? None. I left it there in a parking lot.
Why'd you do it?
I don't know. It was like everyone was doing it. It was like 2006.
That's gonna fly in court. Watch your head, and then I put my hand on your head as I'm putting you in the back of a cop car. I turn to my partner. Just kids these days, you know, feel like they've got no life forward. They got no road to go down. They turn to Mentos.
I just drove away.
There's a body lying on the ground covered in foam. A medical attendant looks out. He's dead. The carbon dioxide got right into his lungs. He's asphyxiated.
Just keep flattening soda your way.
The sick son of a bitch going away for life. So I said to my partner.
To think he would have gotten away with it if we hadn't partnered with the Weed Boyz.
They call it the Fresh Maker, but is it killing your children? Jeff, you can just have this crime drama about Mentos. It's yours now. Do you want me to pick winning lottery numbers for today or something?
Yeah, please.
Fucking killing it. What happens? Let me ask you this. You're the Mentos criminal of this duo. Mm. Thanks, Weed Boyz. It's a good thing weed's legal now. What if I put Mentos in like McDonald's hamburger? What foams out of it?
Nothing. I don't think anything foams.
Something's got to foam out of that bad boy.
Is there carbon dioxide in is it carbon dioxide? Which one am I?
Carbon dioxide fucking everywhere, buddy.
Yeah, how come my insides don't bubble and fizz like that when I eat a Mentos?
Watch a video with Al Gore in it at some point, and you'll learn about a little thing called global warming. Jeff, how can the planet get warm when it's all flat? It doesn't make sense.
The heat just rolls right off to the sides.
The structure of the Mentos is the most significant cause of the eruption due to nucleation. Sorry, I'm just writing my police report.
They say the Earth is flat, but we've never seen the edges because of giant mountains. But mountains aren't flat.
Mentos Mint expedites a rapid release of carbon dioxide when dropped in carbonated liquid, such as a soft drink. That's what this sick son of a bitch Jeff did. Right out in the open where anybody could get the foam in their mouths.
I'm just saying, flat Earth isn't an accurate portrayal of what they're trying to say about the Earth.
I like the idea of a flat
They're saying it's not round.
I like the idea.
Of flat Earth?
I think it's funny.
It is funny, but it's not accurate to what they're saying.
No, but whatever. Let people have fun.
How come no one's ever seen these giant mountains?
The resulting geyser can shoot as high as 6 meters, 20 feet.
Yeah, it gets pretty high.
It's not 6 meters, though. That's a little bit more than 6 meters.
Well, they weren't going to say like 18 and a quarter feet.
No.
It's because the imperial system's garbage.
I mean, this is Wikipedia. I could just go change it, but...
Mentos will have it back to 20 feet in no time. They're monitoring this.
Can reach up to 7 meters.
Oh.
I'm the cop of your trial, and I testify, and they find you guilty, and I go, hey, Jeff. And you look over as you're being led away, and I go, stay fresh. Me and my cop buddies all have a good laugh. You go to jail for life for killing someone with Mentos foam from a soda.
Here's the thing, though.
Son of a bitch.
They're bringing in a jail cell. I jump over a couple of people, go over some desks, get out to the front door. The cops chasing me. I look back, hold up my pack of Mentos, and I smile, making direct eye contact with them, and I leave. It was always my plan to get caught.
Oh, yeah. The plot of every movie from, like, 2014 to 2017. The villain planned to get caught. He wanted to be locked up in jail where he can't do any harm. That's where he could do the most harm.
How come he's the only one who seems like he wants to be here?
For once, I want to watch a movie where they do that, and they just go, oh, okay, and somebody shoots him in the stomach. Think your way out of that one, Einstein.
Yeah, there's not enough portrayal of police brutality in movies.
Yeah, it's always some do-gooder who wants to do good. I've got to do it. Something about my family ties me to this murderer.
I have to do it. Last time I didn't do it, something happened to my family.
I was just doing my job, but then he made it personal. The audience won't be excited if I don't have a personal connection to this guy.
So personal.
He killed my son in a parking lot with Mentos foam. I'm gonna do what the cops couldn't do. I'm gonna put this sick son of a bitch 6 feet under. This is the sequel.
Yeah. Sure, when I was younger, I messed with the Mentos foam.
We all did.
Everyone
It was
did.
a different time. But now we know. Why won't the government regulate Mentos?
Ugh.
The end of the movie, the after scene credits. Is you foaming up out of the ground? It was always my plan to be murdered.
I fake suicide by a cyanide pill, but it's really just a little bit of Diet Coke in my mouth and a Mentos.
Well, now we've got a trilogy in our hands. Okay? I don't know. You know the third's gonna flop. The second is always the strongest.
Well, that's why you keep going until you have 10.
Yeah. I don't think we have Disney money, though.
You make the first one cheap.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be cheap.
Everyone's
It's gonna be like a cop drama centering around you, a psychopath who kills people in parking lots with Mentos and soda.
First one, you make it for like what, 250,000. Then, that one goes gangbusters, beats Avengers in the
Crushes
theaters,
it.
and then you have all the money in the world.
We sell the idea.
Disney buys you
We
out.
sell the idea to Marvel. You are now a villain in the Avengers 4. They call you the Fresh Maker. Your victims always smell so fresh, so minty fresh.
Everyone just going down a dark alley. You smell that?
What's that? Is that mint?
Do you step on a
Oh my
mint?
god. Foam explodes out the
late.
windows on the other side of them.
They're covered in Diet Coke foam.
It gets an Iron Man suit. It's malfunctioning. Thor's axe falls out of his hands. He can't grip it. Wow, you'd be a
all Hawkeye's.
pretty good villain. Can that be the end of the trilogy? You kill the Avengers? Spider-Man's webs won't stick. Your fucking Tom Hardy Venom has to take you out. He just keeps eating the Mentos. It doesn't affect him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hulk tries to swallow one of the Diet Coke bottles before it goes off. It's too late. It's everywhere.
Why don't people just make the movies we idly talk about without us having to do any work? I'd watch that. I'd go on a bad OkCupid date to see that movie. Never talk to the woman again.
Oh, I know you don't want to talk about it. You each pay for your own movie ticket?
No, not all the time. Sometimes yes. Sometimes they wanted to. It didn't matter to me. I'd pay for an extra movie ticket. Like, I'll drop $30 on a bad date. That's fine.
Meals? So you do meals before you go see this movie, and then you just talk about it?
Go see the movie, and then we talk about it on the way to a place. And if the conversation doesn't go very well, maybe the place is back to her car or where she lives, and then we don't do anything else. You gotta have an out, Jeff. I'm not gonna commit to like 5 hours with a person who turns out to be the fucking worst. Okay.
You're driving to the restaurant, and it's just like she's the worst. You then pull over at McDonald's and go, all right, here we are.
You can get anything off the dollar menu. Any one thing. I'm not mean about it, Jeff. I'm a human being, and they're human beings.
Yeah, no, of course.
It's just we're human beings who aren't going to spend any time together anymore.
I've decided I don't want to spend any more time with you.
That is pretty close to something I told one of them. So,
I picture you probably saying, this is one of the worst hand jobs I've ever gotten.
come on.
And then you
What's
leave.
the matter with you?
All right, sorry.
That's
Sorry.
disgusting.
I'm sorry.
How many times should I have to say I don't want to talk about my sex life in a public
All right.
public forum?
All right. We'll talk later.
Let's talk about your sex life. How about that? How's jerking off in your new office in your new house? Is it different, you fucking weirdo? Huh? You put your chair in front of your computer in a weird place so the floor creaks. You just can't. You get a balance on 3 legs there. Fucking idiot. Fuck you. How's that? You like that? Does this conversation go the way you want? Disgusting pervert.
All right, you don't want to talk about it.
Hey, how was going to that movie alone without your fiance who couldn't spend the time with you? How's that feel? You like that? I got more on my sleeve.
I still talked to her about the movie. It was fine.
You know what? You know what? I think I've been Reaganing for like a week and a half.
Oh my god.
Last week at work, I was just, you know how I'm just like needlessly mean to people for no reason? That's just like part of my personality. So.
Yeah, I just experienced it.
That wasn't no reason. That was a bad reason. So I was at work, and at work I have to channel my energy not into being mean, but into being like creative mean, like funny mean.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
like I'll say a thing that will connect with a student so that they'll actually do what I'm telling them to, because it will benefit them. Like it's a learning moment. But just my general demeanor is kind of mean and cruel. So I was essentially being mean to a student, and the student was laughing it off because I've worked with a student before. They know. And then the student left to go to the bathroom, I think, and another tutor that was working turned around and was like, "What is it about you that when you're mean to people they like you more?" And I was like, It's been this way since like middle school. I have no idea. And she said the coolest thing that I think I've ever heard said about me. She goes, I guess cruelty is your gift. And I was like, that is a fucking dope ass thing to have said about you.
It's nice to get recognized for your work,
It's a
right?
shitty thing to have be true. I know because, it's true. But it's a dope ass way to phrase it.
Yeah.
I heard that and it like brightened my whole day up. I was like, oh, that's cool. Being cruel is my gift. Cruelty is my gift.
It's like when I was called snarky and I thought it was a compliment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I was riding high enough for days.
I think that's what this still is. This is just like still straight through for that.
Yeah, calling it a gift. I mean, pretty accurate.
I also saw that movie. What was that movie?
Jurassic World?
Well, yeah, I did see that. That's a good. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a good movie, but. Did you see Jurassic World?
Yeah, I finally saw it at home. Yeah.
That's probably the way to see it.
Yeah.
Did you like how the first half of the movie was completely different from the second half of the movie in such a way that it felt like you watched two different movies?
Yeah. They had like an idea they definitely wanted to do, and they're like, how do we get there from where we are? And they're like, just half-ass a bunch of different things and we'll get there.
Pretty much. Do you like how they tried to end it on like a dramatic note where like, this is welcome to Jurassic World? And it's like,
they didn't.
I feel like dinosaurs don't have
set it
like
up right.
bulletproof skin. And also people have bullets and missiles. This is going to be a pretty easy problem to solve.
If there's one thing that the human race has been good at, it's been endangering and killing off entire species of animals. But
it's not like huge populations got moved here either, like onto the mainland.
Yeah, it was like
That's
50.
like 50 creatures on one specific. Okay, fine. Yeah. We'll go in and we'll just start murdering them. That's fine.
But there's that big one in the water.
Oh, we can kill that too. That's not a problem.
But you were talking about a different movie you saw?
The one about a call center. The guy works at a call center.
Oh, sorry to bother
Sorry to
you.
bother you.
wanted
Yeah,
to
I
see
saw that. That was another movie that
good?
took a turn. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I wanted to see that. I'd ask how that date ended, but I don't want you talking about me jerking off anymore.
Yeah, that's. I had to talk about that because you tried to talk about my sex life in a public forum, like a fucking pervert,
Sorry.
like a weirdo pervert,
I'm sorry.
like an entitled white man.
I mean, you have to eat a Mentos and get back to me on this stuff.
I'm probably not going to. Yeah, I mean, let's be real. That's been the Heads Up podcast. We got to a single segment that we usually do, the candy one. And that's it. The end.
It's been that long?
It's been long enough for me. I'm done. Jeff, we created an entire trilogy about
Go
the
on.
Fresh Maker.
Yeah. No, time-wise, it's been plenty
We
long.
solved all concert problems from an
Yeah.
audience perspective. We talked about movies pointlessly for like an hour. Everything else has been in the last whatever time it's been. The end, right?
Yeah, I mean, if people,
If people want to get in contact with us, we have a Gmail. It's headsuppod@gmail.com. Our Twitter and Instagram handle is @headsuppod. If you want to tweet or pictures at us.
Yeah, if you want to imagine your own dragons and send us the, you know, if you have your own opinions about movies, if you just want to complain about how I just attacked Sean about his sex life.
Yeah, people should complain about that. Jeff sells T-shirts out of a store.
Headsup.threadless.com. Look out for the new Weed Boyz.
Weed Boyz.
Smoking them out. Is that what it goes?
Yeah.
Weed Boyz. Smoking them out.
No.
No?
The whole thing can't be serious. So it's Weed Boyz, right? Because that's like the title. Weed Boyz, and then the segment is smoking them out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because it goes from like a fun, lighthearted, like, getting high for fun, and then it's like, but now we're seriously tracking people down.
Okay.
This has been the Heads Up Podcast with Jeff and Sean. I'm Sean.
I'm Jeff.
That has been the end of the podcast. And we're popping off.
Toodles.
Oh, that was interesting. It's just, we've said so many interesting things, my brain didn't have any more capacity, so it just kind of sidelined that into the you should yawn now category.
They're gross.